The top 3 finance terms you need to know to get rich. Number 1 is your net profit. Net profit, think of a net catching all of the profit at the end of the day. You got your revenue, your cost, your labor, your operating expenses, net profit, all trickles down to there. That is your end of the day profit. And you also have your net margin, which is really a percentage of that revenue. So if you keep $100,000 out of $1 million in revenue, you're at that 10% net margin, 100K divided by $1 million. Revenue is vanity and profit is sanity. And cash is king, which is now why the second term is cash flow that you need to know. Cash flow, okay, this is a confusing one because cash flow is very different from profit. Profit is your profit on paper. Maybe you had revenue that was on accounts receivable. You haven't collected yet. That's still included in your revenue, but you haven't actually received that cash. What cash flow is doing is it's saying, forget all this receivables, forget all this payables. What did you actually collect in cash? What did you actually pay for bill pay? And show me the true cash balance at the end of the day. That's what cash flow is doing. And that's why it's different from net profit, because net profit a lot of times is on paper. Both serve their purpose in the business. And the last term is labor efficiency. One of my favorites, almost never talked about, coined by Greg Crabtree. What it's saying is, okay, for every dollar that I pay one of my employees that produce revenue, what is the margin that I get back after the cost of goods? So revenue minus cost of goods, whether that's $2, maybe $3, I'm getting $3 of margin for every dollar I spend on my employees' direct labor. That is a good trade-off. That might be one of the most important metrics to gauge the profitability of your business engine. For example, I had a client at $2 of labor efficiency. So every dollar he spent on labor, he'd get $2 back, but he needed to get to $2.50 to get to the target net income. You might be saying, okay, Alex, that's 50 cents, not really a big deal. That 50-cent change from $2 to $2.50 yielded almost $200,000 in profitability for the year. I'm telling you, it's a big deal. So those are my top 3 terms. Just to recap: net profit, cash flow, and labor efficiency.